Mr. President, in a few minutes we're going to be voting on to pass the Great American Outdoors Act. Before this bill crosses the finish line, I thought it would be a good opportunity to reflect upon all the work that it took to get us here today. And you see my colleagues around. This has truly been a labor of love from all of us who love the outdoors. And there's one thing we found about the outdoors is whether you're Democrat or Republican, you love it. And we all participate in it, and we all enjoy it. We want to pass it on to our children and grandchildren and next generations to come. I'm proud to be joined by every member of the Democratic caucus in supporting this legislation to permanently fund the Land and Water Conservation Fund and to put $9.5 billion towards maintenance backlogs in our treasured public lands. And I'm very appreciative and very proud to be working with our Republican friends for joining us to support the Great American Outdoors Act. It truly has been a bipartisanship at its best, and it's something we need so much more of. Passing permanent LWCF authorization last year was an important step, but securing a permanent, dedicated funding source for the multiple conservation programs funded by the LWCF has been the ultimate goal of the Democratic leaders of the Senate Energy and Natural Resource Committee, all the way back to Senator Jeff Bingaman. So it goes back quite a ways. And many other of the senators, Democrat and Republican, members of the House, and both retired and here today, have been champions for the LWCF and helped to pave the way to where we are today. Within striking distance of realizing a goal of permanent mandatory funding, something that we haven't seen, the full funding twice in 55 years, and to have it now that it's going to be permanent. And the $21 billion that went down the black hole, that will no longer happen. We will be able to make sure that the projects in all of our wonderful states and I think every county in the country is going to benefit. It's on a personal basis. It truly is long, hard-fought caucus achievements, and I'm incredibly proud as a current ranking member of the Senate Energy and Natural Resource Committee, as a sponsor of the LWCF Permanent Funding Act, and one of the lead Democrats on this bill to be part of getting this legislation done. I have my good friend, the Senator from New Mexico, who has worked so hard, Senator Heinrich, and then we had Senator Cantwell, and we've had Senator Ron Wyden, and all who's been former chairs of the committees or ranking members. And on the Republican side, all my colleagues there will be speaking on behalf of bringing so many people together that for many years was hard. And so its time has come. It's a testament to the importance of this historic conservation legislation that has brought so many of us together in support. But something this impactful doesn't happen overnight, and it takes time and hard work. So I'd like to recognize the work of my colleagues and thank them again. It's been, we've had a lot of votes. We've had a lot of votes that we've had to shepherd through and to make sure that everybody understood how important and how historic and the timing of something, to be able to say that you were in the body, you were able to vote and participate on a piece of legislation that our country, United States of America, is going to be able to share with every inhabitant that we have and all the visitors come from around the world for years and years and generations to come. That's pretty historic. And to have that happen, I think it's one of the most important things we've done in the conservation world in the last 50 years. So we're very proud of that. 60 of my Senate colleagues have co-sponsored the Great American Outdoors Act, and 20 more joined us last week, resulting in strong bipartisan votes to begin consideration of the historic bill. The beauty of our nation's great outdoors truly brings people together. All of us have been able to speak and show you pictures of our wonderful, beautiful states. This is some of my beautiful pictures from my beautiful state of West Virginia. This is the Cheat River Canyon here. And anybody who's ever rafted that or hiked it or been on top and looked down onto the beautiful vistas, it's just truly as rugged as it looks right here. But it's something gorgeous when you pass through it on a raft. Really unbelievable. So I would appreciate and I would invite everybody to come and visit. We're only a 5-hour drive from about half of the population of the United States, right here in West Virginia. On this is beautiful Dolly Sods. This is what we call Bear Rocks. I have a little place right down in the Canaan Valley area here, which I intend to be there this weekend, and with my family, and This is something we enjoy. This is an unbelievable vista here. And again, it's only 3 hours from Washington, D.C. and by driving. So we invite you all. In West Virginia, we love everybody to come visit and enjoy what sometimes we take for granted. But when you have these types of views, you can never take that for granted, what the good Lord gave us all. And every one of our states have so much to offer. At the end of the day, this is an opportunity for us to pass down a legacy to our kids, our grandkids, and of course, generations to come. I believe this will be the most impactful nationwide conservation legislation since the Land and Water Conservation Fund was first created over 50 years ago. And what we've seen from the votes over the last week and a half, I anticipate we will see again today. It's a shining example of Democrats and Republicans coming together to put politics aside to do what is best for the conserving of the great nation's natural resources. So I would like to say thank you to all of them. I would like to also enter into the record. I have a list of all of my staff that has worked on this, and I'm sure my friends on the Republican side will do the same, because there's been a lot of effort put forth. People have worked long nights and long weekends to make this happen. And I've got David Brooks, who's been on the committee for over 30 years. He probably knows more about this process. And I know he's fretting over, is every word right, every comma in the right place, every dot in the right place. But David, we have confidence in you and Sam and Renee doing a great job with the committee on the ranking member side. But every one of them who've worked so hard, thank you. God bless each and every one of you for a job well done. It's something we can all take pride in. And someone says, how was your work in the Capitol? I said, we had a great week. We had a great week. And today's going to be a culmination of that great week. So I want to thank you, Mr. President, for allowing me to make the comments. I want to make sure we enter into the record all the people that deserve the credit. I want to thank my colleagues for being here also. And with that, Mr. President, I yield the floor.